Oh, we're a little early.
We're a
Hello,
little,
how are
no.
you? Welcome to another podcast. It's Wednesday. We're so excited to be here.
Doesn't it seem like it's been a while? Seems like
It
it's been forever.
feels like that, but it's because we've been working really hard. For those of you guys just tuning in, this is Just Engage University podcast. I am your host, Giovanna Burgess White, and my co-host this way.
Yeah, look, we got out of sync. Hello, I'm Yvette Baldenegro, and I own Pop-Up Wedding Houston and the wonderful co-host with Giovanna on this amazing podcast. And thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. For those of you guys who've been watching us the past, 6 weeks, we have been ramping up two things: Bridal Extravaganza, which just happened last weekend. We still kind of have like that Bridal Extravaganza hangover. And two, we've been promoting our Marriage or Money series. And guess what? Exciting news. It's out. Cat is out of the bag. We were able to really talk about it during Bridal. That's really when we launched it. And now it's open up to the public. So engage.
Wait. We need to share with our lovely listeners and viewers that it's actually history in the making.
Yes.
Because we went and we seriously did some research. We could not find, well, first of all, our course is called Marriage or Money. And it's completely based on, you don't have to say marriage or money because you can actually have both. And the entire course is dedicated to teaching you and actually taking you through a step-by-step process of figuring out where you really are financially, how much to be spending on a wedding, what your goals really are for the next 1 to 5 years in your marriage, and ultimately setting you up for financial success. So, but here's the great thing. There may be other people, I know there's other people out there that do they're financial experts. They can help you, they walk you through, they all of the financial side of you as a couple. However, we could not find anything anywhere that literally married two complete different entities of the finances with the whole thought process of getting married now, helping you walk down the aisle before you get married and thinking of all those financial things, in particular a wedding and a budget and going through all those steps. So history in the making, Houston. We, the people that we talked to were the very first people to hear in the nation, in the world. We cannot figure out any other crazies that have gotten together to do anything like this. It's so important.
Yeah.
It's so vital.
Huge shout out to our partners at Wazingo because they are the financial pros. We're just the engagement coaches, and obviously data and research. And you know, it's going to be a joke one day, like what happens when a wedding planner meets a venue owner and they also walks into a bar with a financial pro. This course happened, and so it's really, really important to us because you know we are in a different time. It's 2021, and we're in a pandemic still, and we've seen so much financial loss with couples. We saw a lot of loss of venues and just heartbreaking things that happened in the last 16 months. And so for us, it's really, really important that we talk about this before. Nobody wants to talk about money. And I think it's super important that couples really set themselves up financially. And so if you want to know more, go to marriageormoney.com. But again, just like Yvette said, it's really that first 1 to 5 year plan. The 1 year is the engagement season, right? It's not the first year of getting married. It's the kind of like the pre, right? What are you doing before? And we want you to have your cake and eat it too. We want you to have the dream wedding. We want you to have the dream honeymoon. We want you to have your first home. And we also want you to have savings and learn about how to invest your money before the 5 year mark. That way you can live a life of financial freedom and you can enjoy it and you can start to build a bigger life. So if it's travel, if it's having children, whatever it is on your bucket list, we want you to be able to do that. And no one's teaching that. School's not teaching that. You know, our parents weren't really brought up that way. So, you know, us disruptors trying to change the game. And it was fun. I had a great time. For those of you guys who visited our booths at Bridal Extravaganza, we had such a great team, a great setup. Let's move on to Bridal real quick. I want to shout out to all of our vendors because, man, this was like a team effort. We had our photographers from Red Rock Visuals there. Obviously, Just Engage University and Wazingo were there presenting the Marriage or Money series. Then Mia Bella Houston in partnership with Pop-Up Wedding Houston. Then we had 360 Event Photo Booth, which, my God, there was a line. There was a line to get.
Was a hit.
It was. So much fun. Bride tribes, couples, families, everybody was having a good time. Then the amazing DJs at Double Oaks for putting on an awesome party. And then Mariana was there from Sweet Nation. We did not get to see her speak, but she did talk about amazing cakes, and she's one of our favorite vendors for cakes. Then we had Simply Beauty Artistry, and then the planners for next step event planners. And last but not least, Hollyoaks for doing our floral. So all of us were there. It was like a mini open house at a huge expo. And so the brides and the grooms got to meet all of us, and we just had such a great time seeing people in person, because I think the Bridal Extravaganza did another amazing job, round 2, with the Bride Scan app. Everything was contactless. And it was just fun to meet people and talk and see couples getting excited again about planning, because we know it's been a really hard 15, 16 months. So
yeah, I'll say, we did a whole show on the one in January. And so in my head, I was like, okay, what really made this one different? It's weird how we can live in the same city and have the same show and have a totally different vibe and a whole different, and I don't know if it's because we were completely focused on different things, but it just seemed like the vibe was different in a good way.
Yeah.
But I think I know what I really appreciate. Years ago, when the bridal show was humongous and probably 2 or 3 times bigger than what it is right now, because obviously COVID and safety, it sometimes is very overwhelming. And it's just a sea of people that walk by, and you don't really get to connect, and they don't get to see booths. It's kind of like when you go to the Nutcracker Market for Christmas, and you're just walking by and you're like, I can't even see what the booth is about because there's so many people here. There's none of that. It was very spaced out. There was a great flow that came, but it was steady instead of feeling like this immense, and you couldn't talk to everybody. It was the perfect amount to, if someone asked questions, if you wanted to go deeper, if you just wanted to connect with that person, perfect amount. So I actually like that. And I feel like it, before maybe someone came, but they didn't get to go to all the booths. They didn't get to go up and down all the rows and see everybody. I feel like the 8 rows that were there back and forth, it was doable.
Yeah.
It was practically doable.
Yeah.
I guess is the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah. And we did. It was fun. The bride tribe competitions were fun. We didn't get to go see them, but we heard and we saw all the bride tribes coming through. And again, just seeing people in person, it's so different than doing virtuals, and just the excitement. So we're super appreciative for Bridal Extravaganza for putting on another amazing show. Thank you to the team, because I know they work really, really hard to get that set up. And then obviously to all the speakers and the wedding experts that were there, just helping couples plan and get inspired. I know that we met some amazing couples that we'll be seeing this weekend. And then obviously with our new course, we had some great feedback. I loved listening to couples who were like, you know what, we really haven't talked about money. We really, are just now starting the planning process. Or couples who are like, man, I didn't even think about the next chapter. I'm just thinking about wedding right now. And I'm like, okay, well, there's other things like your home. And what about, if you're already talking about having kids? And so it was great to see that what we've been doing and working on is really needed, because again, money is hard to talk about just in general. And I think this is going to be just at the next step for a relationship, growth in a relationship, setting the foundation. And then if you can get through this and you can do this course together, I think you're really going to have a happy, healthy, and wealthy marriage, because this is kind of like ripping off the Band-Aid and saying, okay, well, now we know. I think the number one thing that everyone needs to know about this course is that you put your money on paper, everything. Like, there is no hiding. There is no like, okay, well, my credit card bills, like everything, credit scores, rent, mortgages, car payments, everything goes on paper. And then you get to see exactly what you have to work with. The budget word, we talked about it. It's like, it's going to be fun. So versus like, oh, let me think, I think we can do this. Oh yeah, I'll put a little bit extra in savings. And then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, we can't afford this, or we got to ask for money. You're like, okay, this is what we have. Now the real question is, what's the priority? How much do we want to invest in our wedding? How much do we want to save for our first home? And how much do we want to leave in savings? Once that's done, then you can plan stress-free. You can plan your life. And I think that's what people want. They just don't know how to get there. So,
right. And so the course really is developed so it opens up the door to talk. It was funny too to see all the couples which is inevitable. You have a couple, one spends, one saves. One doesn't care, one cares. I mean, one was walking around with a spreadsheet. The other one's like, I don't care how much this costs. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, but you need to be talking about that now. And what I like about the course too, is it walks you through everything so practically, so you can change numbers, figure things out. And then ultimately the goal is, what is your individual goal in your relationship for the wedding? Yep. For the next 5 years and for your future, so that you guys are on the same page financially.
Yeah. And it's live. It's a live kind of financial calculator. And it, then you can really see how much do we do, how much do we have to save if you need an extra, source of income. The small sacrifices now for the rest of your life is way worth it, versus kind of like what our parents did. And now it's like they're retired, but they can't live because, well, you can't live off of retirement and Social Security and 401ks. So it's super, super important that, again, you guys create that financial freedom now so you can live a life that you want to live. And you can teach, if you decide to have your children, you can teach your kids, to how to have financial freedom. So we're super excited about that. And because we're crazy, we're doing a giveaway. So if you're watching and you didn't go to Bridal Extravaganza, don't worry. If you go to marriageormoney.com, there is a Win Your Wedding giveaway for this year. 75 people on December 10th. We're doing a full wedding giveaway. You must sign up for the course before the end of this month. You don't have to do the full course, but you must sign up for the course, and we will enter you to win
a $30,000 wedding. Every time I said that at Bridal Extravaganza, it's so funny. I'm like, hey, do you want to win a $30,000 wedding? The face, wait, what? What's the catch? There's no catch. You just need to take the course. It's not that hard. And someone's going to win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's someone's going to win. This is the third time we've done it. We'll have our third winner. Yeah. And I have to do, and I'll say this too, the parents, if you are a parent listening, or you are a couple with a parent that could listen just for this, wonderful podcast to them so they can listen. This is an amazing gift to give anyone who's about to get married, think about their finances. The cost of the course literally will save someone thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for the lifetime to come. So really, when you think about it, the course is priceless compared to what it will actually do for someone. And as much we love weddings, and we're not saying don't have weddings, we're saying we want to help you have a successful wedding financially. That is an 8-hour day compared to the next 80 years. So you can do both.
I agree. I love it. And the other thing too is this is also a gift that keeps on giving. We want you to have, again, wherever you decide your priority is, if it's your wedding, if it's your home, if it's your savings, after you take this course, you can refer people to take the course, and we give you $250. And that goes into cash into your savings account if you want to use it for your wedding. So it's for engaged couples in the first years of marriages. It's also for couples just thinking about maybe we don't want to get married, but we want to buy a home. Just anybody who really wants financial freedom, this course is for you. There is no right way. There is no you can get married first, then the house. It's really what you want it to be, and just to become financially savvy and educated and just be comfortable. And again, you have lifetime access to the rule of 35, which is where you put in all your information. So if you get a promotion, if you get a second, it's a side business, you can go back and change those numbers, and it's live. You get to see it. It's something that it's a tool that you're going to use all the time. And then, same thing if you're saving up for your home or for your wedding. It's kind of like a very parallel universe. To buy your first home, it normally takes about 12 to 14 months. Most couples who are planning a larger wedding, they plan 12 to 14 months out. So that's 2 years of your 5-year plan. So how are you going to know, unless you take the course, what's important and where you need to start? Because we do give you tools, guides, step-by-steps. There's handouts, and you know how we love to give you guys homework. And it's accountability. It's accountability for you and your fiance and your future spouse, because this is the real world. This is what no one wants to talk about, but we really do save you.
The world happens.
Yeah, we save you a lot of stress, a lot of money, and then most importantly, we don't want to see people get divorced. Top 3 reasons, we talk about this all the time. Top 3 reasons for divorce: sex, communication, financial stability. We're helping you right now with financial stability and really communication around money, because it is what it is. The world revolves around money. You want to do something, it costs something. So we want to make sure that you guys are comfortable with it.
Yay. Okay, can we share like what's kind of going on in the wedding world though too, as far as what we do, Bella and pop up and okay, so whoa, the fall is coming up and the phones are ringing, and I hate to say it, but with whatever's going on with this whole Delta variants and people, we're seeing a wave again. You know, it's interesting. I shared at Bridal Extravaganza the first serious conversation I have, but the intro is usually the story. This happened to me during COVID, or this happened, or I live in a different city. Like, you hear their scenario as to why they want a pop-up. The second question or second comment is usually about money and what they really have to for their wedding. So now you put those all together. We're going to enter into fall and winter. We just want to let everybody know again, we have dates available for the pop-up wedding events and some elopements with me, Bella, at the Sam Houston and at Water Grove, and then next spring at Rock and Star Ranch. So please, if you are looking for something, because the phones are starting to ring for that last minute, we want to get married, please go to Pop-Up Wedding Houston, look at the website. All the dates are there. You can contact Giovanna directly too if you want to quickly take a tour of Mia Bella to see the venue. Yep. But we're here for you. We've got the dates. It's already set up. It's super easy. And yes, when people call, they go, do we do anything else? No, it's your deposit, the contract. Make sure you get your license when you're supposed to, get a dress, invite the people, done. We'll have a consultation. It is super easy, stress-free. We already have our amazing vendors. All the fun people that were at the Bridal Extravaganza are going to be there. And it's there ready to go. So we are the answer for everybody who's looking for a place to get married this fall and winter.
Yes, we're excited. So those are at popupweddinghouston.com, or you can go to miabellahouston.com, or you can just text us, DM us, whatever you need. The style boards are up, which I love. Yvette put together a style board, so you can really, it's so easy. You can just pick your date, pick your time, pick the color selection you want, and you just show up and get married, have a good time. It's also, we're still doing live streaming, guys. It's still real big for our clients. So, you know, you can still live stream for people who can't come.
And that fun 360 photo booth that everybody was trying to jump on, which is always a hit at the pop-ups too, because a lot of people have never been on them. They've never seen them. And so when they see them, they go, oh my God, this thing is incredible. And it is. So shout out to those guys, 360 Events photo booth, for really just being a part of our team. But it's really fun. Great. And it's included. All of the dates that are listed, it is included, except for the April one. But
and we'll keep on adding dates. So we're again fall, winter, spring of 2022, and then we're going to keep adding in dates. But again, right now we just want to make sure that we take care of all the clients who are still looking to do something this year. So don't feel like you can't. There's enough time. Everything's planned. Join us at either one of our websites, and then we will be back next week with some more exciting news on what's going on in the Just Engage University world and the wedding world. So until then.